Friendship is one of life's greatest gifts. Unlike family, it is not something we are born into. It is something we choose. And in that choice lies something precious: trust. Trust is the silent promise between friends that says, "I will stand by you. I will protect your secrets. I will not betray your heart." But what happens when that promise breaks? This is the story of Samir and Imran, two childhood friends who discovered the painful truth that when trust shatters, friendship is never the same again. Yet sometimes it can still be rebuilt in new and surprising ways. Samir and Imran had grown up together in the same dusty lane of a small city neighborhood. From the outside, their lives seemed ordinary, but together they built a world of laughter, adventures, and secrets. They played cricket until the sun dipped below the rooftops. They exchanged exam notes, shared pocket money, and even covered for each other when one of them got into trouble. Their families often joked, if one of them falls sick, the other will sneeze. Samir was the dreamer, his head always buzzing with ideas, ambitions, and possibilities. Imran was the realist, calm, practical, and steady like a rock. Together, they made the perfect balance. By the time they entered university, their bond felt unshakable. Everyone knew them as brothers who simply had different parents. But life has a way of testing bonds at the exact moment when you least expect it. In their third year of college, an announcement spread across campus. A prestigious business innovation competition was being held. The winners would receive seed money to start their own company and gain recognition from industry leaders. Samir's eyes lit up the moment he heard about it. That night, under the dim glow of his study lamp, he scribbled in his notebook. His idea flowed out of him like water breaking through a dam. By morning, he had pages filled with designs, plans, and strategies. Unable to contain his excitement, he rushed to Imran. "Bye, listen to this," Samir said, his voice shaking with enthusiasm. "I thought of something that could change lives. If we win this competition, it could be the start of everything we've dreamed of." Imran listened carefully. He nodded, asked questions, and even gave small suggestions. Samir felt relieved. His best friend understood him, supported him. He slept that night with hope burning in his chest. But hope, when placed in the wrong hands, can become heartbreak. On the day of the competition, Samir arrived early, clutching his notes, his heart racing with nervous anticipation. As the auditorium filled, he scanned the list of participants. His eyes froze. There it was, Imran's name. Confused, he searched the stage, and then he saw him, standing tall, confident, with a team of other students. In his hand were slides, charts, and prototypes. And as Imran began his presentation, Samir's blood ran cold, because every word, every concept, every single line was his. The same idea he had whispered late at night in trust, now shining under the spotlight in someone else's voice. The judges clapped. The audience leaned forward, impressed. Imran's team advanced to the next round. But in the corner of the hall, Samir sat frozen, his heart splintering into 1,000 pieces. That night, rage consumed him. When he finally faced Imran, his voice trembled between anger and heartbreak. "How could you? That was my idea, Imran, my dream. I shared it with you because you were my brother." Imran lowered his eyes, guilt written across his face. "I know. I didn't mean to hurt you. The opportunity came and I got scared. What if I didn't act and someone else took it? Samir, I thought I could make it work faster. Faster or easier. You didn't just take my idea, you broke my trust. Do you even realize what you've done?" Imran tried to step closer. "I'll make it right, please." But Samir pulled back, his voice like steel. "No, Imran, you've shown me what our friendship means to you. Nothing." And with that, the bond of years cracked open, leaving behind silence where laughter once lived. Days turned to weeks. The two no longer walked side by side to class, no more late-night chats, no more shared meals. For Samir, betrayal was a constant wound. Every time he saw Imran, the pain resurfaced. He had lost more than an idea, he had lost his brother. For Imran, guilt grew heavier with each passing day. Success in the competition brought applause, but it felt hollow. Each cheer only reminded him of the one person missing from his side. Friendship, once their greatest strength, had now become their deepest wound. One evening, weighed down by grief, Samir sat with his old mentor, Professor Rahman. The professor studied his student's troubled face. "Tell me, Samir, what burdens you?" Samir poured his heart out, the trust, the betrayal, the silence. When he finished, the professor sighed deeply. "My boy, betrayal cuts deepest when it comes from those we love. But remember this, people are not defined only by their mistakes. They're also defined by their regrets, their attempts to change, their choices after they fall." Samir frowned. "But how can I ever trust him again?" The professor smiled faintly. "Trust, once broken, is like shattered glass. Even if you piece it together, the cracks remain. But sometimes the cracks are not weakness, they are reminders of strength. The question is, do you want to heal, or do you want to bleed forever?" Those words sank into Samir's heart, leaving behind a seed of thought. Meanwhile, Imran wrestled with his guilt. One night, unable to carry the weight any longer, he walked to Samir's house. His hands shook as he knocked. The door opened. Samir stood there, his expression unreadable. For a moment, silence hung between them like a wall. Then Imran spoke, his voice breaking. "I don't deserve your forgiveness. I betrayed you. I let greed and fear blind me. But please know this, if I could go back, I would choose loyalty over success 1,000 times. I'm sorry, Samir. Not just with words, but with every part of me." Samir's jaw tightened. "Do you think sorry erases everything?" "No," Imran admitted. "It doesn't. I know I can never make it perfect again, but I can spend the rest of my life proving that our friendship means more to me than any competition, any applause, any success." Samir stared at him. Memories rushed back, their childhood laughter, their struggles, their bond. The anger in his chest fought with the love that still lingered. Finally, he whispered, "I don't know if I can trust you like before, but I don't want to hate you either." It wasn't forgiveness, but it was a beginning. Healing was not instant. They didn't return to being inseparable overnight. The wound was still there, the cracks still visible. But slowly, they learned to talk again. Slowly, they shared little things. Slowly, they began to rebuild. Not the same friendship, but a different one. Samir learned that trust must be given with awareness, not blind innocence. Imran learned that ambition without loyalty is empty, and success without integrity tastes bitter. Their friendship did not go back to what it once was, but it grew into something stronger, born not from perfection, but from scars. Friendship, like life, changes. Trust may break, hearts may ache, bonds may weaken, but in every relationship, we have a choice. Let the wound destroy us, or let it teach us. Because in the end, the true meaning of friendship lies not in perfection, but in the courage to love despite the cracks. If someone has broken your trust, remember, forgiveness does not erase the past, but it frees you from its weight. Whether you choose to rebuild or walk away, let the lesson guide you, not the pain. Because in the end, the true meaning of friendship lies not in perfection, but in the courage to love despite the cracks.